read about this one, and this is very interesting. This is from the Daily Utah. Young men are struggling. Grassroots community building is the answer. The growth of the manosphere has prompted concern across the globe. The manosphere is an online community that promotes traditional masculinity, along with misogyny and violence against women. That was violent. Misogyny and violence. I don't know where they get the violence from. As a result, we often frame conversations about masculine online spaces to emphasize their danger to women. However, these growing communities, which target mostly young men, also illuminate a crisis amongst them. Young men seek community, that's true, and purpose, but struggle to find it. This leaves them vulnerable to manosphere creators, shilling pyramid schemes, life coaching, and bad podcasts. The extreme misogynists behind the manosphere are not the root of the problem. Lack of community is. Say it again, lack of community is. In the Salt Lake area, Jacob Matter has created a space for young men to build a healthy community through his project, the Unsupported Support Group. Young men face unique struggles in today's economic landscape. Men feel pushed to the sidelines of the economy due to the number of changes, from an influx of women in the workforce to a reduction of male-dominated fields. According to an NPR article about the Book of Boys and Men, in some cases, their role as family providers has become less necessary as women have become more economically independent, which is true. Looking past the economy, many young men also encounter social hurdles. Men are socialized to avoid talking about their feelings. Now, if you listen to feminists, they claim the opposite. They're trying to socialize men to talk about their feelings, but they want them to talk about it in female language, which can lead to a lack of emotional intimacy with those close to them. Some young men face problems in dating as well, as singles today prioritize emotional vulnerability in relationships, something men are still socialized against. This all contributes to feelings of loneliness, with men reporting greater loneliness than women and less emotional support from friends, which is crap. These are women-led surveys. These challenges stem from changing expectations around gender. Despite gender roles shifting in recent decades, our culture still enforces traditional expectations of men and women. Yes, they do, especially of men. They want to change gender roles, but they still expect men to hold the same frame. Society still teaches men to be strong, stoic providers, but the pathways to and need for that have been largely erased. Exactly. This leaves them feeling isolated and left behind. The isolation sets the foundation for the manosphere creators to form male communities centered around misogyny, which is bullshit. Nonetheless, even when young men don't engage with the manosphere, the isolation they experience still causes harm. Loneliness correlates to increased rates of suicidal ideation and suicide. In Utah, we know the effect suicide can have on our communities. Suicide was the leading cause of death among 10 to 17 and 18 to 24-year-olds in Utah in 2020, during the pandemic. What's more, from 2019 to 2021, men had a higher suicide rate than women in every age group. Men are struggling in our country and our state. Creating healthy communities for young men is critically important. Matters Unsupported Support Group offers not only a space, but also a blueprint for how to build community among those feeling isolated. Now, this is exactly what I was trying to tell last night about this. What is the two biggest factors in the manosphere, especially the Black manosphere, right? It's an online group therapy session where you can actually not feel alone, talk about your problems. And the second thing is to be heard. How to handle your feelings. How do you express your feelings? How do you express your frustrations with how the world expects things out of you but doesn't give anything back? And that's what's going on around the world. Like he said, it's a global phenomenon. It's not just a local phenomenon. That's how come the book, as he mentioned, of Boys and Men, it's a global phenomenon. The stuff has gone too far. You expect Atlas to hold up the world with nothing, with no support. And men, not only black men, but men all around the globe, especially black men, say, fuck it, we're not doing this anymore. Not doing this shit anymore. We're not going to participate. It's rigged. And these articles that are coming out saying this, they're trying to get men to express their feelings in female terms. Men are not females. So what they hear online in men's groups is misogyny. But guess what? It's not misandrist. When women say the exact same thing about men, same kind of complaints, but that's justified. For us, it's misogyny. Well, you have to be more kinder, more emotionally intelligent. We don't talk in female terms. I was talking to one of my brethren, one of my subscribers in a live stream, right? He was telling me about how we helped him not only with himself, his business, but also his child, his son. How grateful he was. I told me, you got to get off here because I'm going to start crying. You're not going to make me cry online. But that's how we bond. That's how we help each other. That's how we make each other sane. That's how we keep each other sane. In this crazy, mixed up, decaying world that's being feminized at a rapid pace where even women are actually going crazy. Women are actually nuts. They have to drink, they have to take dope, they have to cry themselves to sleep because they cannot hold up the standard that's been projected for them because they're not men. They're trying to make women into men and men into women. It's not going to work that way because now you try to build a society that's supposed to be equal or equitable, but still expected for men to actually do more with less, provide with less, with a woman that doesn't want to work with him. And that is the issue. Men and women are not designed to be partners. That's a homosexual term that's been projected upon us because lesbians wanted this kind of society that doesn't work and never has. Never has. 200,000 years of human history, it's never worked. But because you say so, people are supposed to adhere to it and make it work. Don't work that way. That's how come it's falling apart. I was telling that to FD Signifier. Feminism has failed miserably, not just the men, but also the women, because this is not what they want. Anyhow, just wanted to drop this because I've had meant to actually talk about this. And this is just one more piece of the puzzle about what's going on. Andrew Tate and JPT and Reeves and Chetty and Brookings Institute and all this movement, this is why. Anyhow, all I got for now. BGS out. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.